Borga. It's time.
The Raider way, or the Raider tenets of commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
To the back, and it's caught! There for the touchdown! Zach Wilson throws in traffic. It's picked off by Robert Spillane. Spillane taking off. He's down. He's in a little bit of trouble, but Adams gets him out of it. He got free in the secondary to the 23-yard. Looking downfield for Devontae Adams. He's got it. Touchdown Raiders. Oh, a dice roll in Vegas for 6. The Raiders at the 40-yard line, and O'Connell wants to take a deep shot. And he's got Trey Tucker out there. Tucker diving, and he makes the catch inside the 10.
There's a team in California which calls itself Pro Football's Dynamic Organization. This team also lists as its assets a commitment to excellence, pride, and poise, and a monumental rise to greatness. If you haven't guessed by now, the team is the Oakland Raiders, and as the saying goes, if you say it but don't do it, that's bragging. If you say it and then do it, that's fact. The Raiders have merely been stating the facts because in the last 16 seasons, they've won more football games than any other team in the NFL.
They wanna know how to get like me. Dream so big that I cannot sleep. Put in that time and I put in that grind. I'm the best in the world, that's all I see. Never back down, I'm standing strong. They gonna talk, but they all been wrong. What they gonna say when I keep going up? What they gonna do when I don't fall off? Look at my skills, look at my flaws. Never been perfect, I'm not a god, but I'm a goat. I've been the greatest whenever I spoke. Looking around and they doing the most. Whatever I touch, I turn it to gold. Tell them there's levels to be in the game. They wanna compete, but they not coming close. No, I'ma keep going again and again. Whatever I want, I'ma get. They gon' be saying they know when a friend of a friend. Whenever I become the best, I don't be spending my time on the internet. I just be living it out in the flesh. I don't need nothing to motivate me. Winners are never gon' wait for success. Yeah. Look at my neck, shining. Look at my bank, comments. Look at my wrist, AP. Who is the GOAT? I am. Look at my neck, shining. Look at my bank, comments. Look at my wrist, AP. Who is the GOAT? I am.
Here to introduce General Manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek, and the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate y'all showing up here. Frickin' Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the mods in the chat. Salute to everybody that's going to come here later and watch this. Salute to Harvey for showing up here today. Salute to Adam, and then Ozzy will be back here in a minute. Obviously, he's probably having issues with
How's
his
it going,
connection.
Raider Nation?
Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? Is the number one Raider stunner. What? Salute to all y'all in the chat.
Sit to everyone in the chat. Sit to everyone that watches the video later. Sit to everyone in the nation.
Oh yeah, salute to everybody. Salute to Seth. Salute to Rudy. Salute to everybody, man. And then again, salute to everybody that'll be watching it later. Outside of that, so basically we'll be talking about a few things here going tonight. Who the Raiders will be picking at 6, quarterback conversation, linebackers in later rounds, and Pete changing Raiders. So basically we'll just start out here with who are the Raiders, who the Raiders pick at pick 6. If you guys want, Ozzy, you can start it out and go from there, Adam, and then go to Harvey.
Yeah, no worries,
All
man.
right, you go first.
Yeah, so like you were saying last night, man, I think it has to be Ashton Genty or Jackson Dart. I mean, if we pick somebody else at this point at 6, I think we're just hurting the team. Because, I mean, what's our two biggest needs? We need a young quarterback. Because, like, people were saying Gino, like you said, people were saying Gino, but there's nothing in Gino's career that's going to prove that he's going to be any kind of solidified starter to begin with. At best, he's a bridge quarterback. Like, that's the best you can hope for. And when you have a bridge quarterback, you need someone behind him that's going to step in the next year or two. And I don't give a shit what pick we pick him at, but we just need someone behind Gino that's going to take over, and someone young. I mean, look at the guys in our division. You got Bo Nix and Justin Herbert. Then you got freaking Patrick Mahomes. Like, they're all guys that have been drafted. Even Mahomes sat for 1 year. So I don't know why people are against bringing a guy in the first round and sitting him for a year. Like, that's exactly what the fucking Chiefs did. That's exactly what they did. Now they won 3 fucking Super Bowls. We ain't even fucking won a fucking playoff game. Like, it's about time that the Raiders kind of change shit up from this old bullshit mentality and start doing shit the right way. I mean, you look at all the teams that have turned shit around from being like a shit franchise or whatever, and then come good. They go and get a young quarterback and they build around the young quarterback, because when you have a young quarterback on like $4 million, which is what Bo Nix is on, then you can build pieces around him, because you're not spending massive money on fucking quarterback. And like you said yesterday, we can move on from Gino as early as next year. So there's nothing to say Gino is going to be here long term at all. And then if we're not going to get the quarterback, or say Jackson Dart is before our pick, then the other position is the running back. Just get the best running back in the fucking draft. Like, that's our worst thing on offense last year. Dead last. Like, I can't remember the last time we were dead last in rushing. I mean, that's crazy. Even all the shit teams we've had over the years, I don't remember the last time we were like dead last in rushing. Like, that's always been a strong point of the Raiders. It's been the rushing game. But you either fix the rushing game or you get a young quarterback. That's my opinion.
Well, my main concern that I'm gonna talk about is the quarterback situation, because you all know we haven't had a winning quarterback since Derek Carr. If you look in the NFL draft, you got Cam Ward, you got Jackson Dart, you got Shador Sanders, and if you look at all three of those, the man is the quarterback that sticks out to me, that can learn, could sit behind Geno Smith and learn a lot from him, is Jackson Dart, because I like what he brings to the table. And also you got Quinn Ewers too. He wouldn't be a bad pick. So that's my opinion. I think we need to roll with Jackson Dart because he's the man for the job. All right, Adam, you up next.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think that we do indeed need a quarterback, but at the same time, I really want to see what this Chip Kelly scheme could look like with a legit running back. So if I were the Raiders, I would probably go Will Campbell at 6 because, well, first things first, we think he could be a great guard in the league, but also the tape backs up that he can play tackle. Y'all feel me? Like, I think he provides a very good addition to the offensive line. But then I would also consider Ashton Genty only if Campbell goes a pick before, or if the Raiders believe that Genty's the next great running back. And no lie, he has talent. Don't get me wrong. But college is different from the NFL, and he did play for Boise State, which is a fact. Going against that many good run defenses. And then lastly, I would go Shador. And I only say Shador because well, for one, we don't know what his official draft stock is going to be. Like what the actual plan is. But I don't know, I just have this feeling, this instinct that we're probably going to be desperate and pull a quarterback. But we'll see. Those are my thoughts for pick 6.
Yeah, I mean, like saying in the draft, there's a lot of different options, man. There's going to be a lot of different options until everybody gets on the clock and people go. You never know. Like I've said in the past, even like I said last year about the quarterbacks not being in the second round, coming into the first round, said 5 of them would go within the top 10, 15, because I said they want to make it even past us. I mean, if we're sitting here looking, the whole draft can be changed in the beginning of this one instantly. 3 quarterbacks right in the very beginning could push other players down the board, which can change up everybody's draft board, ours included at the 6th pick, So, I mean, I've said it 100 times. I mean, I would prefer Jackson Dart because I believe he is the second best quarterback in this draft. I would 100% draft him at that spot. And if I wasn't drafting him at that spot, I would take Ashton Gentry because Ashton Gentry kicked the shit out of everybody. It didn't matter who he played. Even when dudes schemed their whole entire fucking team against them, they couldn't even keep him under 100 yards. I mean, when you're sitting there saying that, oh, we stopped him, we didn't allow him to have his game. If you're telling me that when you put your whole team to scheme against the guy and you have a damn good fucking team and you still couldn't keep him under 100 yards, if a halfback in the NFL has a 100-yard game, he's having a great fucking day that day. So
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, Ashton Gentry, dude, you got to think about it. 13 games, he got 1,600 or 2,600 fucking yards. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I've said, he dominated against everybody. Oregon, everybody he played, he put up big numbers. So
Yeah, I think he had like 5 200-yard games or something crazy.
yeah, I mean, Gentry isn't no slouch, dude. The guy is most definitely a dominant player. And this is the things I got to think about, okay? This is why I think Raider Nation's a lot bipolar of a lot of things because of the fact that, one, everybody complained, when you don't have a half or a quarterback, right? For 2 fucking years, 3 years, I can go back here on every single live that we had at every single draft. Everybody on this panel, everybody that's been part of DSR, it's get a quarterback, get a quarterback, get a quarterback, get a quarterback,
Facts.
and it's like then the first year that you have the option to get a quarterback at 6th pick, fucking people are like, nah, keep Geno. Geno's fucking done it. Geno's numbers ain't better than Carr. Carr's put up better numbers than Geno for fucking 10 years here, dude. He never, and it still didn't get us playoff because it's not the offense, it's the defense that matters in there. So even
Yeah.
if Geno comes in here and people are acting like Geno's this big time savior, guess what? Geno puts up interception numbers just like Gardner fucking Minshew. So if people aren't paying attention to real stats or the way that a real fucking player is, dude, it's easy to look at a 4,300 yards and 20 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Carr got that. They would crucify him for that type of numbers here in Raider Nation. And they're cheering the dude to just come over and be that same guy. Like, I'm mind blown on the deals to sit here and say that the quarterback position's locked up. That'd just be stupid and ignorant as can be because it's not. It's not a proven position. Geno's numbers from the minute that he came in with Pete on the first deal at 30 touchdowns, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, whatever it may have been. It's only decreased. It's only went down. It's only went down every single year, all the way to the very last year with Seattle. And to compare Seattle staff with the Raiders staff and think you're going to have the exact same transition is just crazy. And then to say, well, look at the weapons he has here. Listen, he had DK Metcalf and he had that little slot receiver over there that's a little badass. He had good players, dude. It wasn't like he just lacked these tools, like so. I'm just saying, if you're not paying attention and you're not looking at who the player can be, where he most definitely 34 years old, been in the league for 12 years. I said he only has 19,000 yards. He came in as a starter and got fucking benched. Steve Carr came in as a starter and stayed a fucking starter because he can play football. Like, all I'm saying is I'm not going against somebody to say, could they come back and resurrect their career? Yes, I would not argue that. But what I would say is when he was 30 years old until he was 34 years old, his numbers in passing yards have been high, but his numbers in touchdowns and interceptions have nothing but dropped. So I'm not going to feel secure until they get a backup quarterback to play. I talked about it last night about Aiden. I like Aiden a lot. He doesn't have the dog in him, and you're just going to waste your time trying to fucking develop him. Like, you're just wasting time. Tom Brady practiced with him, dude, here in the offseason. 2 days later, he signs Geno fucking Smith. Like, if people don't connect the fucking dots and say, oh, man, their feelings about an individual, then you're just screwing up your own time at the time. If Tom Brady felt that Aiden O'Connell was that guy, he would have fucking signed him as the starting quarterback at that time because it only $1.5 million. And you would have went that route. You would not have went and got Geno and then said, let me give him 41 million or 40 million so then he can compete against Aiden and Camp and then he can lose his job. That's fucking dumb business. Like, you don't do that shit. Go out, get a fucking $20 million quarterback, someone like 15, you got to manage the team right. So at the end of the day, when people's feelings come into the game about talking about a player, the feelings is what hurt the team. It's just straight facts. Feelings hurt the team all the time because you're onto a player that shouldn't have been here for long. If I'm sitting here saying what's the best picks for the team, listen, DeCamerion Richardson, it's exactly Pete Carroll's system, dude, for height, build, everything. He came in last year at the end of the year, 5-6 games out. He put up a 43.9 QBR rating against players. He can play football at a very high level, and Pete knows how to work with young players. So I can't see him going after a first round pick in fucking Will Johnson. That's injury prone, dude. Only had did he work good with Harbaugh, dude, when they won a championship? Yes, nobody's gonna argue that. Dude got fucking hurt last year. Played only 6 fucking games and was out the whole entire time for a hamstring. That's gonna create problems later on in the NFL. Straight up, everybody's arguing Tyree Wilson getting picked at that deal up there, and then how James Salute out, picking Tyree, how much it's injured the team, hindered the team from getting an injured player, and now it's okay to go get Will Johnson. It's not okay for Tyree, but it's okay for Will Johnson. Like, that's crazy as fuck. I would either take frickin' as much as I said in the beginning, maybe Mason Graham, but if you're going to switch this defense to a 4-3 cover 3 defense, then yes, you're going to need a guy like Mason Graham if he's there on the board. And if 3 quarterbacks go in the beginning of the game from the Titans, the Browns, and the frickin' Giants, then that's going to switch up a lot of shit. Abdul Carter, Hunter, all these dudes. There's going to be a lot of options by the time.
Abdul Carter's a sleeper for us.
So I would just say, for me, I believe if Jackson Dart is not picked off the board in 1, 2, 3 fucking fashion, I think we'd be stupid as hell to sit here and pass on it. Because listen, Geno can go out there and have just a shit ass start as what's his name, fucking Gardner Minshew came out here, and Geno can go out there and fucking play good. That's nobody knows. Like, he can be good, but you got to remember he was in a Pete Carroll system for multiple years, sat behind him, got fucking taught up, and then he gets to come in. He sat behind Russell Wilson. He's not doing that here. He didn't play for Chip Kelly, dude. Like, there's a lot of things that gotta fucking change, like, at the end of the day, I think if you take Jackson Dart, he sits there, contract allows you to move Geno at any given fucking time. You don't have to hold on to Geno. And I think it's foolish as hell to sit here and say, I want Geno for the future, because I don't think you want Geno for the future. Like, you can't
just to add to that,
I get signed like that. Like, you just can't do that. So at the end of the day, you need to take Jackson Dart. It'd be the best option for the team out there. And if you choose not to take him, I would take Will fucking Howard later in the round, just because of the fact that he has Chip Kelly fucking deal. If you end up trading Aiden O'Connell because you want to go with Will Howard behind, Listen, Will Howard's going to make a transition easy right to the motherfucking NFL, right through Chip Kelly, because that was his coach. Like, it's going to be an easy transition. So if you're going quarterback in this draft, as much as I love Quentin Ewers, as much as I like a lot of other people, I believe if you're trying to win now, right this fucking minute, not fucking in 4 years from now, right now, you take Will Howard, because if Geno gets hurt, Will Howard can run right in that fucking game and play right this minute, dude, and give you a damn good chance of winning the game just because of the connection he has with the offensive coordinator. He literally just won a championship with them in college. Like, it's going to be, is it NFL ball faster and so on? Yeah, but Chip's going to be able to explain it 100 times better, 100 times faster. Like, it'll be better for him. So for me, I just think it would make the most sense quarterback there, Jackson Dart. I don't care what anybody fucking thinks. I don't care. I've never cared.
Yeah, just going off.
And I've said it. If you don't go Jackson Dart, what's been the second biggest fucking need? Don't got a halfback. Motherfucker can't run. Can't. Zamir White. He's not getting the job done. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Like, it has to be Gentry. Otherwise, Raider Nation just contradicts everything they say about their own fucking team, their own franchise, their own players. They're just contradicting themselves, because you can't bitch that you didn't want that you've wanted a quarterback the whole entire time for the last 3 years and then not take one when you could get one. And then the other fucking deal is not talk shit about should have never shipped off Josh Jacobs, should have never done this. Well, guess what? We're getting a way better player than Josh fucking Jacobs, and we're gonna fucking pay him just as much, in that time span for 5 fucking years. So I don't understand why you want to take the motherfucker. Like, it just makes zero sense. Like, yeah, I don't care. Fucking, it would make zero sense. And then again, it's been something I've talked about the Raider fan base, dude, how they always say one thing and do another thing. You just can't do that type of shit. Like, at the end of the day, you just have to outweigh the players. I don't care if Travis Hunter falls to us. You can't have a two-way player in the NFL. If you're asking a kid that says, I'm going to play 100% both ways, you're bound to get fucked up from somebody. There's dudes out there that headhunt motherfuckers on both sides of the ball, like a DK Metcalf will just bitch that motherfucker and hold him because he's a tough bitch. And then when he's on the fucking wide receiver side, you got linebackers that are just looking to lick motherfuckers. So, like, at the end of the day, a guy like Travis Henry, he is not a big guy. And if you're trying to secure one position for one player for two positions that are key spots on our roster, key major motherfucker, like wide receiver fucking 2, 1 or 2, because I think Bowers is our 1. So I just say wide receiver 2, 3, just mixed in there. And then fucking your cornerback position. And you're like, fuck it, I want my guy to play both. Yeah, you're fucking just asking to get fucked up. So I think it'd be stupid as hell. Like, I think it'd be stupid as hell. Like, the only way I would take.
I like your style, man. Real fresh. Say it.
If you want to play corner, play corner. And then fucking if we have some jet sweeps in there, a few little pass plays in here through the game, we can throw you in just to mix shit up. But to make you a primary hunter per way, it doesn't make no sense. You're hindering the team, and then it just shows how selfish he is. And then you're just going to be right back in stage 1, dude, where you got Dion coming in the pro day telling the fucking scout and then looking at the players and telling you do it your fucking way. The scout literally telling them how to fucking run the play that they want to see him fucking run. And they're not all named Dion coming out of college, out of college to the NFL that was exceptional. A lot of these guys suck, so when the fucking coach is trying to mentor them, that's their job, and it's just going to show up in our team. If you end up with the Shadir, you're going to get Lamar Ball 2.0. You're going to have Dion over here bitching in the background, social media, drag our team down so fucking hard it won't even be funny, dude. Like, it's just gonna hurt us way too fucking much, and that's what I think everybody always wants. Put them in the spotlight. Put them in the spotlight. Like, why would we do that? Why not just go to get a quarterback like Jackson Dart that has the arm, could run, just like they said, he's got every fucking tool. John Gruden himself on his quarterback class said Jackson Dart's dangerous as fuck, dude. He's probably the best quarterback under pressure in this whole entire draft. Ask Gruden, go watch his show. He'll tell you Jackson Dart is best under pressure of any quarterback in this whole draft. Isn't that what it comes down to in the NFL? Is who's the best under pressure? Big dudes coming after you, motherfuckers blitzing you off the edge. It's not about sometimes being the most mobile. It's about seeing shit faster and getting rid of the fucking ball so you're not getting fucking hurt. You know, like what it's about. Like too many people think these days that because you need a mobile quarterback or you need this and that. It's not true. Tom Brady got 7 fucking rings and he's the most unmobile quarterback in the whole entire NFL. It's a guy that can process the plays fastest. That's what it comes down to. Peyton seeing on the fucking line, analyzing the defense and
Football
saying,
processing.
this is what they're gonna run, fucking bow, you know, Oma, fucking whatever you want to do, you know, like that's what it's about. And when you have players like Dart, he has all the tendencies. I just don't get it. Like I've said it, Shadir would not even be a top 5 pick, dude, if his dad's name wasn't Dion. If his dad's name wasn't Dion, he'd be round 2 fucking pick, dude. He just lacks too many things. I've literally said he's 0-7 against top ranked 25 teams in college, and he got his ass rolled on in his bowl game. Quentin Ewers was a way better quarterback coming out of Texas, dude, before Archie Drama got there, him getting injured. Quentin Ewers was first round all day, better than all those motherfuckers out there, even Cam Ward himself. And then next thing you know, fucking this guy has one bad game against Ohio, where fucking he just one play after another at the end of that game, and then the next thing you know, this guy drops out to a fucking 3rd round. That's what people say. Quentin Ewers, 3rd round fucking prospect now, but Shadir gets steam fucking rolled over there, and he fucking stays in the top 5. Like that's crazy as fuck. I'm not understanding that, dude. Like when shit, like you watch him in the games, Colorado is a shit school. It's not like this fucking school and all this. Same with fucking what was the other one he went to? Fucking
Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Jackson State.
That was a shit ass school too. So to sit here and say like, hey, any bad school can make a fucking player look good. That's just what it is. You know, like that's how the game's played these days, dude. If you're at a bad school and you have good fucking players that are good, you're gonna look good. But when you're playing top competition and just getting dirted on, it's not a good look for what we do. We are in one of the hardest divisions right now. We have the top coaches in the whole entire NFL. These guys are up on fucking halfbacks because they're just gonna pound the fucking ball down our throat. Like these guys
definitely gonna do that.
War. It's no longer hey, let's just bomb the ball.
Passing game is starting to get shut down.
War right now. You know, so if we're not paying attention to these moves, trying to go into the draft and better the team and make what's the best move for this, I've said it. If you studied the draft and you've studied the players, you can fucking pick starters all the way to fucking round 5. And it goes for corners, fucking offensive tackles, halfbacks, everything. If you pick Jackson Dart at 6th pick, it absolutely does not hurt the fucking team to sit him down for a fucking year and just let him sit and do it, because that's what Tom Brady wants. That's what he says going to be the final touch to our team will be having that solidified quarterback. Why not fucking do it? Why all of a sudden we're against it? Why are we talking about we'll take fucking Will Howard? That's stupid as fuck. It's stupid that we'll settle for Will fucking Howard when we can get goddamn Jackson Dart right there. It's fucking dumb. I don't understand the concept.
It is dumb.
People are like, well, next year's quarterback class will be good. So you're telling me Gino's going to suck dick, right? Because if you're implying that the next year's quarterback class is going to be fucking good, then that means we're going to get a top. Say next year's quarterback class,
linebacker,
and then we're not going to fucking be in the top pick. You can't do that shit. You know, like pick your shit. You know what I mean? Like if you sit there and say that Aiden's going to be our future, how many games did we watch Aiden go out there, play a good game against, like, did he play a good game against Kansas City? Yeah, I will not argue that fact. He did play a good game. He cheated at the end because they hiked the ball out.
Yeah.
He's too inconsistent though. But what about other games that was in there where he never showed up? He just never showed up. He wasn't.
One of the games was against the LA Chokers.
Dude, like he's not the guy, dude. And for us to sit here and say like we have faith in Aiden. I love Aiden. I picked Aiden. I was a motherfucker. Picked him in the draft. Picked him in the round. I picked the motherfucker the day before we were going into the fucking draft, and we made our draft selection. I said Aiden O'Connell. It's still in my did. Of the diff scored. Like I picked that motherfucker right off in that round. So I love Aiden. I just said, are we trying to be fucking puppies or are we trying to be pit bulls? Like, I want to be a motherfucking pit bull. I don't want to be a fucking puppy. Like, I get it. I like the dude. I like this, but I've said being biased and fucking loving players is what hurts the team the most. You cannot fucking do that. So if you're asking me, who do we pick at 6th pick? I think it only makes sense. Take Jackson Dart, fucking sit him for a year, fucking, and then go pick your halfback in round 2 or wide receiver and then halfback in the following round. You can fill the rest of your team out just fucking fine. To sit here and say that the O-line sucks this bad, Josh Jacobs ran 1,600 yards behind the same fucking line with a different fucking scheme minus 2 fucking players on this line right here. So to imply that the team just fucking is all trash, it's not all trash, dude. It's the way that they run their fucking scheme for us, and it's the way that AP didn't know what the fuck he was doing, because I told everybody that
fucking edgy with trash.
the whole entire time. He was not a fucking coach. I said, you get Jim Harbaugh here, we go in playoffs right fucking now. I said it straight up. So I don't give a fuck how dumb some Raider fans are that don't concept fucking football, but I concept it very fucking well. I've literally stood right on this deal, beat the drum the whole time while other people were like, no, that's bullshit. These guys don't know. No, you don't fucking know. You don't know fucking ball. I know fucking ball. I've been on my shit the whole entire time. I said AP trash. I said Gardner trash. I said Jimmy trash. I said all motherfuckers trash. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, at the end of the day, if we're trying to make the right move, it should be Gentry, because if you put him in the backfield with fucking Brock Bowers, how are you stopping it? Linebacker or safety or corner has to always eye motherfucking Ashton Gentry. So it doesn't matter if everybody's going fucking right and Gentry just goes left, one guy got to go with them. Somebody got to pick up and go with the motherfucker. You can't just be like, oh, we're going this way because he's going to burn your ass. So you putting Bowers and these type of players on there that have this mental thinking that I'm just going to fucking mow you over every goddamn fucking play. You cannot stop me. I don't see why you would not put Gentry on the fucking field. Gentry will dog motherfuckers. So I think Gentry has to be the pick. And then outside of that, that's the route I would go. I can't see it being any other way. I just think if we're picking if you're picking T-Mac, he hurts the team. He is not the primary receiver that you want on this team. You don't need him. Just fucking sign Amari Cooper. You can just sign Amari Cooper in the motherfucking free agency. Save yourself the draft pick.
We don't need a receiver one anyway.
Yeah. That's going to hurt the fucking team. Makes no fucking sense to take T-Mac at fucking 6th pick. It doesn't absolutely. You can get Buka, Bika, whatever the fuck his name is, dude, in the fucking later second round. I mean, you got fucking wide receiver talent. You can go White from Old Miss. You got plenty. You go Burden, dude. You got fucking all kinds of fucking receivers.
You even got that wide receiver from Arizona.
From Tennessee.
You even got the wide receiver from Arizona.
6'5", 214 pounds, runs a 4.3.
Yeah, I mean, receiver is not even an option, and T-Mac is not the fucking 6th pick of the draft. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of better receivers than Ted McMillan, that's for sure.
Damn right.
Yeah, he's so overrated.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, the only 3 picks, dude, after looking at it like that logically fall to us is fucking
should be quarterback, running back, or offensive line. That's it.
Fucking Gentry and fucking Dart. Those would be my 3 people that I would go after. Unless Dual Carter fell down there, then we might have to talk some shit real quick, because I think
Colorado. Look, Colorado, man, haven't been relevant since 1994. We talking about Cordell Stewart. That's the last time anybody knew about Colorado. Colorado ain't been nothing since.
It's facts, dude. And I mean, like I said, when you got Dion and a bunch of NFL staff members there, I'm pretty sure you should be able to go win games. It's just you have the knowledge of the NFL that a lot of these people don't have the knowledge in college. Like, you already have an advantage, so. But when you're going against top-ranked schools and you're getting beat down, it just shows that's where your class level is, dude. It's why he didn't go to the NFL when he got the job, or offered to, go to Dallas and get it. There's reasons that you don't make those leaps, because I've said it. These type of bad schools will make you look good when you start winning meaningless games at some points, dude. If you can get to a pro or, a playoff in their system now, you're like, hey, we're winning. We're fucking winning, so you're looking good. But when you get to the playoffs and you get fucking steamrolled in the first fucking deal, like you didn't even matter, like, hey, I guess you can look past that. But I guess college is about money at those points, So
don't believe the hype. It's
I'm not
called Don't Believe the
Shadir
Hype.
if we got him in the second round. If we got Shadir in the second round, I'd be like, hell yeah, take him. Then the value's there. But to sit there and tell me this is what I think's crazy, okay? This is just what I think's crazy. You would
Okay.
take Shadir that fucking struggled and put his team in bad fucking situations and multiple times. Does he have the athleticism to run around back there? The thing I do like about him is he doesn't try to just take off and run, for first downs. He will try to scramble in the back and then try to throw to a quarterback or to a wide receiver, my bad, but wide receiver. So he does have these little things I do like about him. But the bigger circle about him is he can get you in a lot of fucking trouble in the NFL doing that. Forced fumbles, do turnovers, fucking a lot of things when you're in the NFL and you got big ass men over here looking to fucking rip your head off versus a little college boy that fucking very few of them have that mentality because not very many of them even make it to the NFL. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying like I don't think it's a good idea to do that, like in my opinion. So again, I like Shadir. I absolutely don't think he's better than Jackson Dart in any way, shape, or form.
You
Jackson
can't
Dart,
even fit in that category.
he got everything, dude. He took his team to a fucking bowl game and fucking won. Like Jackson Dart has all of it, dude. Like that, he is what we need. And if we're talking about our future down the road with a dude like Brock Bowers, Trey Young, or Tyree Wilson, or Trey Tucker, and so on, Jacoby Myers. You need him. He's got the accuracy.
Jackson Dart is the total package.
His team, yeah, and he's still young, and they're
Yeah.
still young. So they're all gonna thrive right together. Like that's the guy you fucking need. You don't need fucking Geno. Geno's contract has zero dead money on. You can adios, bitch. Fucking not even keep motherfucker.
I think you got to go quarterback, linebacker, running back, or if you take the running back in the first round, then it's like running back, linebacker, quarterback, like yours or whatever. Like
Do you think?
We had to get
do
a
you
quarterback
think
in the
the
first
Saints-
3 rounds.
Do you think the Raiders
I don't
need
know about
to get an offensive a center and a right guard in the draft too?
Center, I don't even
Yeah,
know
later,
where
4th and 5th round, you can
conversation
get someone
comes
like Jake Majors from Texas in the 4th round. He's probably like the best center in the whole draft, in my opinion.
The
one of
thing
them.
I say is why are we even talking about getting a center?
Exactly.
Like
JPJ is our center. We should be talking about guards, not
zero
centers.
sense. It makes zero fucking sense.
Had the
It's
same
like
debate with other people.
JPJ goes out there, has a fucking great year. He was ranked 3rd from the time that he came in and took over. He was the 3rd best center in the fucking deal. And we're talking
Facts.
about we want a
Getting
fucking center. That's
Exactly, it's
crazy.
crazy.
As fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah.
as fuck.
We should be looking at
people
guys
say
like
that
Tate Leach
he's not a
or
runner. He's not a runner. Bullshit. He's a fucking mauler. Go look at his fucking
Facts.
report. Look at him this whole time in Oregon. He mauls the fuck out of people. So I don't understand where even the conversation of I've never heard anybody talk about JPJ fucking not being the center. I've never heard it been talked.
it's weird. And then
from any
I don't know where the
same.
conversation came from.
not any person. So I don't know where the fucking
It's
center
weird. And then also, if you watched the media shit that they were doing, when JPJ dressed up in the fake makeup and shit, they referred to JPJ as the starting Raiders center in that.
Yeah,
And when
I've never heard any conversation.
when he was doing the tours at Allegiant Stadium and he was dressed up with the fake hair and everything, they referred to him as the starting center.
Yeah, facts.
Mm.
Are facts right there. So at the end of the day, I don't know where the fucking center conversation came from, but I haven't heard shit about it. But at the end of the day, if we're talking about the right guard, yes, I've heard a lot of reports that people think that Parham dude is going to struggle big time, especially in this deal. The reason they brought Kappa here is because they felt the Bengals O-line just sucked over there. It was done with more coaching than it was with player scheme. I've always said this, like, I like the signing. No, he gave up 12 sacks. He got cut from the team. But this is what I do believe. Tom Brady would not have brought him here if he didn't believe that he can fucking do the job. Tom Brady is not here to play I'm your friend game right now. Tom Brady just invested, fucking lot of money into the fucking ownership of this team to get in here. He's got a big responsibility about who everybody's looking at him now, running it, building it, and so on. So I absolutely do not believe Tom Brady would have brought Kappa here if he felt that he was at the end of his game. What I believe is Tom Brady said, "Hey, I want a Super Bowl with this guy. I know what this guy can produce on the line. If we have a run game or a pass game, if we can bring him in and he can compete, then we have him at the left guard, which fixes a fucking issue right there right away because you have Meredith that sits right behind him that can take over that
Yep.
position even if fucking Kappa doesn't work out. So you already have Kappa's replacement. You don't need to draft nobody because the replacement's on the team right here, right now. They're just trying to hope that this works out, that they got a fucking a steal here with Kappa being there because he's still a big boy. He can still play a long fucking time. He's still got a lot left in the tank. So, and again, people on the O line revitalize their careers all the motherfucking time, dude, due to system, due to coaching. They have some of the longest longevity in the whole entire NFL outside of quarterback. Like offensive line, this happens all the time, systems and so on. Where I think, like I said, I believe that they're going to try to push Parham over because if this is the way I believe the team is struggling, I don't think as much as I like DeMar Glaze, as much as I said when we were picking him in the draft, that I said when we came up there we were going to pick him in the draft. At the same time, I believe that DeMar Glaze needs to play guard. He needs to get pushed into the right fucking right guard position. Then you take Parham, push him to the left fucking guard. You have Parham and fucking Kappa compete, but Kappa's going to probably beat out Parham. Then Parham gets traded. Then you have Meredith that sits behind him. Then you have fucking DeMar Glaze move inside, and then you can go if you decide at the end of the day that you want to go after Will Campbell at the 6th pick. Then you already have your right tackle over there. And again, people that sit here and say, like, listen, there's nothing saying that if we take a Will Campbell, he comes into the NFL and he competes at the left tackle position because that's where he's dominant at it. And people are like, oh, they'll get rid of Colton. No, they won't. Colton played right tackle before he even came to the NFL, before he was even a Raider. And this is the other thing people got to understand. People will say, well, Colton hasn't practiced over there for years. That's bullshit. What is the one thing our O-line coach has talked about for the last fucking 5 years, literally here, is that everybody will rotate during fucking practice, through training camp, and through fucking off-season OTA, so we can figure out where the best. So Colton Miller's been playing right tackle in those scenarios for the last 5 years. So if there's nothing saying that if Will Campbell comes in and is more dominant on the fucking left side, that helps him, that they would not move Colton over to the right side and still have a damn dominant line. So you can go a lot of ways, and you don't have to take Will Campbell. You can take other motherfuckers later in the fucking 2nd, 3rd round, 4th round that'll still be starting right tackles, dude. Like, again, Pete Carroll said he's had the most success with halfbacks in the 2nd and 3rd round. So it'd probably be an indicator that he's not going to fucking take one in the first unless it's Gentry. So again, Marshawn Lynch type person, mentality, run through a motherfucker, get away from a motherfucker type person. Pete Carroll, that's his guy. So again, I would prefer Jackson. I think that, but you have all kinds of way to fix this team. You can fix them multiple ways. Come out of here with a shit hot fucking team and go win into a playoff game, like literally. So round 1 ain't determining the outcome of this deal. So I don't care how anybody thinks about it. I've studied this draft. I know a lot of the players in this fucking draft. I've watched them for fucking years. It's an actually pretty depth draft class in this whole deal here. Not first round pick is going to fix it. Not Will fucking Johnson. Gentry has the best advantage. He's the first. He'll get offense going instantly. He helps us win day motherfucking one.
I said that the whole time. Gentry makes the biggest day one impact just because of the fact of his position. You put him on the field, and your touchdowns and your rushing yards is automatically going to go up regardless. So he makes an instant impact over any defensive player. Then the other player that's going to make an impact is a quarterback. And like you said, you draft Jackson Dart, you can still have a situation that we had like with Derek Carr and Matt Schwab a few years ago where Dart might come in with the intention of grooming him for a year, but what's to say he doesn't beat out Geno in preseason?
And what's to say that he hasn't even been guaranteed the starting position like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Said that, hey, man, if we get into the draft and we fucking find someone, it's going to be an open competition. Like, what's to say that?
That's my point, yeah.
That he's a starter, he's the 17th highest paid quarterback in the league right now, dude. Like, Nothing states he's the highest paid fucking guy here. And if you look at it, there's been multiple teams that's eaten $40 million dead cap fucking deals due to quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and so on, out there already. And it's helped the fucking team. So again, a lot of people can see it however they feel, but the contract state otherwise. So at any given point, if there is a quarterback to challenge him or not, they will fucking challenge him. So be it Shadir Sanders or motherfucking Jackson Dart, you know, like I don't give a shit who.
Facts. The other thing I said too is to me it's the smartest move is taking the quarterback because of the 50-year option, because then you've got a cheap quarterback contract for 5 years. And that gives you 5 years of building around the quarterback position if it pans out. And then the only other one that makes sense is the running back position, just because of the day one impact. But if you're talking like contract and money and everything and like building the team, the quarterback makes the most sense, just because when you get that 50-year option, you're getting a cheaper quarterback contract for 5 years. And what's the most expensive position in football? Fucking quarterback.
That's.
I agree.
I mean, you look at the Chargers, you look at when Lamar Jackson first came in, you look at when Patrick Mahomes first came in. All the teams that have turned teams around or made their team more successful draft a quarterback. Because you get a cheaper quarterback for a few years, you can build the team for that few years, and then by the time you get to like year 2, 3, 4, you're probably competing for a Super Bowl at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier to build a Super fucking Bowl roster when your quarterback's only like fucking 8, like, you know, anywhere between 4 to fucking 10 million, depending what draft value pick is. I mean, Bo Nix is making $4 million, and he's like the 12th overall pick. So, draft value.
Yeah, I don't know. I think fucking at the end of the day, you just got to think about. You got to think about what's going to help the team right now, what's going to help it in the long run, what type of person Pete Carroll is. He's worked with young quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, 3rd-round pick, comes in, fucking takes over the starting job over Matt Flynn right away in Seattle. He's worked with Matt Leinart, fucking at USC, winning championship titles. He's got fucking Carson Palmer, so on. So, like, say, if he's to get a young quarterback, there's nothing saying he can't develop him right here, right now, and go out there and win right here, right now. And that's the whole thing. I'm just mind blown about is like, why do people feel that Geno is so successful to go take us to a playoff? Has he even won a playoff game in Seattle when he's been over there? Like, I don't know. I'm just asking, but has he even won one?
I don't think he has. No, I don't think he has. I think he played in 1 or 2, but I don't think they won.
Yeah, I don't think they won either. I don't recall them winning. So
yeah, he played in 2, yeah, but he didn't win any of them. You know?
Yeah, that's right. It was 2. Yeah, I know it was at least 1 or 2, but I know he didn't win.
We can't sit here and say our defense is better than Seattle's, because it's not, dude. Like, Seattle has defense put together over there. So if we're saying, we'll get it done.
The defense haven't been good since Super Bowl 18, 1983.
Yeah, and why wasn't he just dominating with DK Metcalf? DK Metcalf's a fucking machine, dude. Like, he's a dog. He'll beat you down. I've literally watched DK.
Not to mention
linebackers and just hold them right by their fucking jersey, just like this. Fucking just hold them right there and not let a motherfucker move on them. I've watched him piss off Patrick Surtain so bad that he's over there fucking trying to fucking get his hand off him. Fucking like, I'm telling you, DK's a fucking bully, dude. And then we're acting like fucking our guys over here. Like, let's be real. DK is a fucking machine. I'm not doubting Brock or them, but he's not DK fucking Metcalf fucking man. Like, not man. Like, he's a man, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. I said this the other day on someone's post when they put a post up about Bowers.
That motherfucker either, like it's tough to get for me.
Facts. I said this about Bowers the other day because someone put a post out saying, is Bowers the best tight end or whatever, and I'm like, no, because is he a good tight end already? Yeah, sure, but you can't say you're like the best tight end and you've only played in the NFL for 1 year. I mean, you got to do it for a few years first.
Yeah, I mean, he's top right now in the NFL player wise. But it's going to take him a while to be the best out there. That's just fact.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to the extreme right there. That's going to the extreme right there.
Yeah, I mean, could he be the best? Yes. Is he one of the best? Yes. I mean, there's no doubt. Is there people It has a better, higher stature in him in the NFL right now. Yes, there's just facts. Look up stat wise. Look at everything. Yes, he rated out high. Is he great? Yes. Will he be great? Yes. I mean, it's an assumption. There's still injury provocations that can happen over time. You just don't know. But yes, he could be easily the best one in the league once Kelsey goes down. I don't think there's going to be a better tight end in the league. I mean, if we're going off of that type of stuff, you know. But again, there's the guy coming out of college this year. That's the tight end. That's a badass motherfucker too.
The one from Penn State.
Yeah,
Tyler
he's Penn State. He's a little fucking badass. So it's going to be
Yeah.
like we're not going to have other guys like that in the NFL or coming into the NFL. So I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, I prefer, like I've said, those picks for the 6th pick. That's where I'd probably go for.
Yeah, facts. For me, it's quarterback, running back, or we could go tackle, but I doubt it. Like if Will Campbell falls down, but I don't see him going past number 4, or maybe Jacksonville number 5. I think that's where Campbell will probably go. Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
I think Jacksonville would be pretty stupid not to take Campbell if he's there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're hurting your team. Fucking go from there. Adam, you want to talk about your topic right now with Pete?
I don't think Adam there anymore.
He's here. He just has the mic muted over here. Adam. Either way, you can talk about the linebacker right now, Ozzy, if you want.
Yeah, so the only other guy, and just hang on, is he back? I'll let him go first.
We back?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's up?
All right, so we can talk about your topic from Pete changing the Raiders.
All right, for sure. From what I've seen watching the NFL for so many years, Pete Carroll, he obviously has a great philosophy. You know, like I know he doesn't really call plays as much anymore as he did early in his career, but other than that, I think that his defensive philosophy and shutting down the other team's offense, as well as running the football, maintaining possession. I think that's going to benefit the Raiders a lot. You know, like there are many ways to win football games. It doesn't have to all be blowouts. It doesn't have to all be just like simple perfect. The balance about it, the balance about his philosophy is going to be really good, and I think we're going to see that this upcoming season. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, just piggybacking off what you said, man. Like I agree. I think Pete Carroll's the first coach we've brought in a while. That's kind of like the last coach that we had that's like to his standard was John Gruden, right? Like when he came in 2018 or whatever. And I feel like, but the difference is, obviously Gruden's offensive minded, Pete's defensive minded. But that said, both dudes I feel know both sides of the ball, but they just know one more so than the other. Whereas Pete knows defense more, Gruden the offense more. But they both understand the other side of the ball as well. And I think that's what we've been lacking. Because, you bring in Josh McDaniels. He was mostly an OC. He wasn't a head coach. Then you fucking bring in AP. He's got no fucking coaching at all. So I feel like we finally got another coach in the building that actually understands, like, what it takes to rebuild a team, what it takes to rebuild it, like, to get a defensive philosophy in there, and to put other guys in on the offense that's going to get the job done. Because they know player personnel and they know staff and they know how to build a staff and a team. So I think it's finally like, this is what, like Dustin said last year, why we should have gotten Harbaugh, because Harbaugh fucking knows football. He's done coaching. He's built teams. He's built teams at the 49ers. He's built teams in fucking Michigan. And that's where we fucked up last year, because we tried to bring a dude that had zero experience, and even as a coordinator. So once you get a guy that actually knows scheming, knows game planning, knows how to build a staff, put the staff in the best position that he needs to get his shit done or executed, then it's going to change everything. That's when you get teams that do a turnaround. I can easily see at least 8 wins this season now that we actually got a real head coach in the building.
Well, the thing about Harbaugh is Harbaugh's always been known to come into an organization, no matter if it's college or NFL, and start fast. He always starts fast. These teams are built fast. He can win fast. He wins right away. Pete Carroll doesn't do that. Pete Carroll's record says the exact opposite. Pete Carroll said
It builds
it
slow.
takes a year to it starts off slow, then it picks up fast, dude. That's how Pete Carroll's every tender he's been at outside the New England Patriots, because that was Parcells-led team in the New England Patriots. So that's the only time that Pete Carroll had to start off fast, a start in the career. But everywhere else, it's taken a year or two to get his draft.
That's why I say it's more like Gruden, in my opinion. Because Gruden did the same thing. If you look at 2018, then 2019, then 2020, if it wasn't for those bullshit emails, we probably would be fucking playoff contenders every year right now under Gruden.
Yeah.
Because if you look at like how he built the team in the draft in 2018, 2019, 2020, and then 2020 is when we finally got the receiver. So if you look at the way he built the team over 3 years, and then how we got into the playoffs in 21, if Gruden was still there in 21 and now, we'd probably be like in the playoffs every year.
I think it'll take Pete 2 years to become
2 to 3
competitive team that we're going to be. I think this year he'll establish the culture, he'll establish the foundation, he'll get the most of people. That's why I think they went with Gino, because they need familiarity. I believe that he needed somebody that they can have continuity with and be able to win with right now. That's what I strongly believe, because they're going to have faith in him because of him knowing the system that they ran over there. So long story short, if you're looking to win now, that's the type of shit that you go and do. But that's what fucking Josh McDaniels tried, and it hurt him, dude. Fucking that's what AP tried to do with, Shih Tzu, fucking Booger Eating Minshew, fucking, it's just fucking, sometimes that mentality doesn't work. It can be the one thing that comes back and bites you in the end. So if it was me, I think Pete Carroll is going to make us win right away. He's not going to lose games where they should have called a fucking timeout and they didn't. They're not going to lose.
Yeah, you're going to miss management time management
going into the halftime and fucking just kneel the ball.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot better, clock management.
Yeah, clock management, that's for sure.
Management. Yeah.
And I think another thing is we're going to have better ball security, like running, because especially the way Pete likes to coach, of like same thing Gruden used to do. The reason why he took Jacobs in the first round, because Gruden used to like to run the football and like control the time of possession.
Yeah, and Monster's a good player because he knows Chip Kelly's system. Chip had him in the Eagles, the Niners, fucking now.
I think that was an underrated signing.
Chip knows how to play with Monster for sure, but I also think that the reason he got Monster is to mentor a halfback that's coming in.
I agree.
Because Monster had 18 touchdowns 3 years ago. Well, in 2021, 22, he had 18 rushing touchdowns, but he's been injured ever since then. He's never had another really good year to that type of deal. So to imply that this guy 3 years later is just going to magically show back up and go have this crazy year, I think that's crazy. I think the guy can come out, put up 600 to 800 yards. I think a mentor guy that's here that's going to help him with another 600 to 800, maybe 1,000 if he's good. But if you have 800, it's 69 total yards at the halfback position, which is good for that to be carried out.
So, I agree. And then just to piggyback off what you're saying, though, is that I feel like this is something that Carroll's done that AP didn't do. And it's when you bring guys in on cheap deals that's going to play like that leadership role. Because the best teams to me, I don't give a fuck what sport before you play, whether it's NFL, AFL, fucking rugby. You need a mixture of like older dudes that know the game and then young dudes that have the energy and whatever you want to call it. And then the older dudes teach the younger dudes the ins and outs of the game, and that's how you get a fucking championship team. Like you have to have the veterans mixed in with the youth. And I feel like that's where we fucked up last year. We didn't have any like real leadership. Like you got Eldon Roberts, which I think is a way underrated signing because that dude's a fucking monster and he knows the fucking game inside and out from the linebacking spot. And he's going to teach whoever they put under him as the next guy behind him. They're going to learn a fucking shit ton from Roberts. And then you put in Jeremy Chin at safety. He's a veteran safety. He can definitely teach our young DBs some shit. Especially teach them how to fucking tackle. That's for damn sure.
Well, I think
and then
Robert
you look at
how fucking Devin White, dude.
Devin White, yeah, exactly. And we brought Devin. That was crazy when we signed Devin.
Yeah,
to a 1 year
having
deal.
these
That was
veterans
nuts.
with this type of continuity defensively, I feel like this also could spark like the energy to see this defense fly around and hard hitting all around. You know.
Exactly, because they know the schemes. They played in, a lot of them, like Roberts, has played in multiple schemes before, so he knows a lot of football. And then you got other
Ozzy,
guys
since
that we,
you talking about Antonio Pierce, I got to bring some comedy to this. When Antonio Pierce was with, when he was our coach, I always say he looked just like Bald Bull from Mike Tyson Punch Out, so I always called him
right?
Bald Bull. But for the life of me, can anybody tell me who was this Lonnie Smith Jr.?
The safety.
He's
Safety.
a
I think.
special teams player. He's a special teams gunner.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. It's a special teams
They'll
player.
play him in the
He's
corner
probably going to be
position.
about fourth
His
safety
strength
or
is built,
corner.
everything like that. I mean, plus he has
Mhm.
connection with the coach here. So I think Lonnie, when we took him on day one, I didn't like it because I thought, fuck, that's crazy as fucking free agency. We just this motherfucker of all dudes when we need a real corner. But I do believe he is, like I said, he is a special teams gunner. A good
Mhm.
player, but I don't think he's going to be competing for no starting corner
Yeah,
position.
because when
He'll be
they had
like
said they had
fourth or
got
fifth
him,
guy on
I'm
the
like,
depth chart.
who is this? I'm like, I never heard of him.
Nor
I
has
think he can play
anybody else.
both DB spots, like safety and corner.
Yeah, he can.
But mostly
Not to
as a
mention, I
depth
think
player.
Jeremy Chin would make a
Number
good
two
sub
position
linebacker.
player, huh?
I think when you got Paulo and Chin back there, dude, you're going to murder
Yeah,
my.
exactly. That's why I say Polo and Chin is the starting two.
You're going to hurt
Yeah.
people.
Plus,
You
what
got
Chin
Taylor
gives
right
us is the
behind
ball
him.
hawking ability. That's what I
Yeah, you
like
got
about him.
Taylor and Chris back there, dude. You're going to hurt people. You're going to hurt people with the center
And I want
back.
to see what do you call it, Taylor's development this year, the one
Damn
we got
right.
out of
That's
Army or
gonna
whatever.
be- That's why I think they're going to run with the Camryn Richardson. The Camryn
Yeah, I
Richardson's a
agree.
big motherfucker. He's a big boy. He's 6'2". He's fast, dude. He ain't no little motherfucker. And
Yeah, and
Isaac
he
got
tested out pretty good, graded out pretty good in that red
guy
squad
right
when we
there.
drafted him.
And then you got Devonshire. You still have Sam Webb. Sam Webb's another fucking Pete Carroll.
Yeah, they
fucking
brought him back.
So you can see Sam Webb fucking go up the board just because of the physical traits that he has. Like, you got the players on this team that can push that spot already. Jacoby and Bennett, they're going to depend on him big time. They're going to need him to stay healthy.
Yeah,
They're going to need him to push his fucking weight this year, or else he's not going to be here. Like, that's what kind of year this is going to be for him this year. Like,
facts. I
they're
think this
gonna-
is a year where Jacorin has to step up, or they might replace him next year.
they will replace him. There's no doubt. They didn't
Yeah.
draft him, and if this fucking guy don't show up this year, they're most definitely moving on. And it's why they can take two cornerbacks in this draft easily, just so they have their own people up in here. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
like that
easy.
Parrish kid in the draft in the later rounds or the mid rounds. That Jacob Parrish, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And also
If they
like
can get
Noel
Kobe
Williams out of
Bryant,
California.
if they can get a Kobe Bryant in this draft, dude, they'll
Yeah,
be
Kobe
doing
Bryant.
good.
Yeah, there's a few
Yeah,
good ones in like the third, fourth round.
That could be good.
Yeah, I'm talking like day two. Yeah, day two, like round 3 and 4. I think is where we can pick up a corner.
Damn
if
right,
not
you
sooner.
can pick them up easily in there and still get a good player.
Yeah.
So I got a question for both of y'all. The way that Ashton Genty like run real hard, be knocking motherfuckers over. Do Ashton Genty kind of remind y'all of the same style that Bo Jackson used to run?
What's that, Toby?
You're saying
Sorry, I
that
was reading the
you're
question.
saying if Ashton Gentry runs like Bo Jackson?
Yeah, the way he be trucking, knocking motherfuckers over and everything like
Well, he
that.
had 1,900 yards after contact.
Gentry does all kind. He doesn't just run a guy over. He's got
He's very elusive too, though. Because
skills,
he's like,
dude.
what, 5'9"?
He can 360 motherfuckers. He'll run through a motherfucker. He'll jump over a motherfucker, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
run a fucking guy. Like, Ashton Gentry can do it all, but to compare yourself to Bo, I don't know
Yeah,
if you
that's a
can
bit
do that
crazy.
because Bo was
Yeah.
one of the best in that deal for what he did. But I would say Ashton Gentry has every single trade that it's going to take in the NFL to put people in their spot. And the biggest thing in NFL, it doesn't matter how great you are or how you can be the best tackler. If you have vision where you get psyched out, so like if a fucking walk fucking get on you or a fucking spin out on you, like I don't give a fucking who the fuck you are, dude. You're fucking gonna go right past them. And that's things that Gentry got great vision in. that's why I believe he's gonna dominate in the NFL. There's no fucking doubt about it, dude. Like there is not a
Yeah,
doubt in my mind. If Gentry goes to the Broncos, we're
we're
fucked.
fucked.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell
we're
you
What
fucked.
a
right now,
Yeah.
we're fucked, dude.
whoa.
The way that the
Yeah.
Broncos end up with Gentry, we're fucking
Especially with
screwed.
that bad run
Chris,
defense.
I tell you now, Chris Harris with the Chargers and Ashton Gentry with the fucking Donkeys, they're gonna just pound it right down our fucking throat, dude. Like they're just gonna literally skull
Yeah,
fuck
I mean,
it
that's one
out
of the
of
things
us.
I'm glad we got Roberts though, just to help with the run game, man. Because putting Roberts in, that motherfucker knows how to stuff the run.
Yeah, you can't stop those type of people. Like, look at it like this: you have fucking Harbaugh comes into the Chargers, went and got Gus Bradley, Dodds from the Baltimore that were injury prone. They were injury prone. They fucking sat out. They had to start out okay, but they were injury prone. They come up over here, and then fucking here comes Harbaugh, makes them fucking beating down dude's throat all year long. And now you're telling me that he gets Najee Harris and that he ain't gonna
Yeah,
just
that's fucked.
ball
I
right
was so
down your
pissed
fucking
about that.
throat. Yeah, he's gonna shove it right down your throat. There's not a
Because I
doubt
kept
about
saying we should have gotten Harris like in free agency, and we didn't. And then where does the motherfucker go? Straight over to the fucking Chargers.
it. Yeah, the
You
Yeah.
Raiders
motherfucker.
draft Gentry. What's the biggest thing the Chiefs have the problem with? Shut up. Shut up. What's the biggest thing the
Exactly.
Chiefs has the problem all the time? Stopping the run.
Yeah, it's a run.
Oh,
Facts.
yeah. Yeah.
If they
Yes. Yes.
If they think Josh Jacobs was good coming out of Alabama, that fucking Mike Mayock scene, that was the fucking like
Yeah, and he
second
was
back
like the
on
second,
the
I think,
fucking team
guy in the
behind
rotation.
Najee and them is fucking better than Ashton Gentry coming out of college is crazy. That's crazy as fuck,
Yeah, it's not
dude.
even close.
It's not true. It's not even close to being true. Like at the end of the day, this is the one of the best backs that's come foot on the fucking on the field in the last fucking 15,
Yes.
20 years easily. Like Ashton Gentry's in a class of his own, dude, outside of Barry fucking Sanders at the moment, dude, coming from college. Like there's no anybody else that was been on Ashton Gentry's level compared to him. Because guess whose record he was chasing? Barry fucking Sanders
Yeah, Sanders.
to the very end of that shit. So to imply that Ashton doesn't belong in that spot or be picked at that spot, that's crazy because there's only one other guy, and the other guy has been rated as one of the greatest halfbacks to ever play in the fucking game. And we're sitting here saying that we don't want that guy. Like, I don't understand where a lot of that talk comes from. That's why I think it's
I don't get
crazy.
it either.
And if I don't give a fuck if you don't have the number one O line in the league, Ashton Gentry is going to run right behind this line because there's two things. There's two things Ashton has that a lot of the halfbacks on our team don't have, and it's called vision. It ain't about
I knew
fucking.
you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
It's about vision because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, when a halfback gets behind the line and shit's moving at 1,000,000 an hour, fucking Gentry can see fucking lanes where he can cut back in and get through that motherfucker and take off. Well, guess what? Zamir White will never do that. He'll never fucking do that because he can barely hit a hole that's wide the fuck open. So he'll never have that fucking vision. And then you see
And
little glimpse of it from Madison last year. Madison will get in the game and he'll get up in there and he fucking and fucking get this step off and boom, he's fucking gone. Well, guess what? Gentry would be doing that almost every fucking game because that's what his trade is. He has massive vision, better than any motherfucker
facts.
in this draft. It's
I
not
think
even
it's also processing too. Kind of like quarterback has to process
Hampton,
shit.
Henderson, all of them, they ain't fucking nowhere close to fucking Gentry, dude. Gentry in his own goddamn league, and then it's everybody else after that. You got
Facts.
him.
I like Dylan
And
Sampson,
all
but
those guys that are close,
the best
they're
running
all
back in the
close, but
class.
they ain't close to him. He has
Fuck
more
no.
rushing yards after contact than they got all year long. So fuck me, get
Facts.
out of here.
That's
shit.
facts. Because if we were to get like a later round guy, third round, I wanted Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, but even I've said Ashton Gentry's the number one back of the whole class for F5.
And speaking of Zamir White, somebody made a comment that was on YouTube. They said that the way that Zamir White was built and whoop de whoop whoop woo and how he trained in the gym, he remind that person. That person said he remind me of Bo Jackson. I'm like, are you crazy? First of all, Bo Jackson never ran into defenders.
Dude, people compared fucking what Minshew to the fucking quarterback, fucking God, why am I spacing?
Rich Gannon. They compared him to Rich Gannon. I was like, what the fuck?
To Snake.
What? Say what now? What? Say what?
People are dumb.
When we first got Minshew, there was people out there that literally compared Minshew to Rich Gannon,
Oh my
saying, "Oh, we got
God.
Minshew's going to be the next coming to Rich Gannon." I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy?
Really?
There's no fucking way in hell."
And they said it was fucking the Snake too. Fucking
Yeah.
Stabler?
yeah, Stabler.
Oh my God.
Like these guys
That
come up
was a hell of a drug, y'all.
playing the dumbest thing ever. And I laughed at him. I told him it's a disgrace to say that. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I said it hell of times. Like I think at the end of the day, when you look at a guy like Gentry, he's an elite. He's elite. You know, when you sit there and say
he's
like
in a league of his own.
right, I didn't want Brock. I'll be honest, I did not want fucking Brock Bowers. I was kind of pissed
Same
when he got
here.
I was kind
like,
of
what we gonna get Brock Bowers for? We just got Michael Mayer in the last year.
I projected him to the Giants, and the Giants
City
fucked
got
up
Bo
because I
Nix.
said the Giants
Like
were going
you
to take Brock because I
said,
knew Waller was going to be out there.
because of the fact that they got rid of their
Giants
guy.
fucked up big time on that one.
But I think at the end of the day, when Brock got here, he showed up massively. Like the guy showed up massively to where he couldn't ignore. Like, hey, all right,
that's how he was in Georgia. Yeah.
Even though we should have went for Bo Nix, I've said it the whole time.
Yeah.
We should.
I said the same thing too.
Said we should have went with Bo Nix. I told everybody the whole time, Bo Nix, man. But nope, fuck that one up too. And then we get Brock Bowers. But again, Brock was a good player. And if we're sitting here talking about that we need to take what's the best player available on the team at our pick and Gentry's on the board, and we don't take him, then we're not taking the best player available. And then we're not believing in the system that we talk about by taking best player available, because that's what's going to be the best for the team regardless. And that's what Gentry is. He is the best player available, and he's the option for the team at that spot. It's a team fucking need. It's not a team want. It's a team fucking need. Like, it's just straight facts. So at the end of the day, you need to take that fucking player there. And when you have him on the backfield with Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers and fucking Tucker that has to keep people honest on the outside because he runs a 4.2 40, he's coming with vengeance this year because he knows his number is going to get fucking pulled
Imagine this though, just in what you're saying. So imagine you have, the players you said, add in Genty, and then imagine if you go on a round 4 or so, and you go and grab that Dante Thornton out of Tennessee. The guy's like 6'4", 214 pounds, and runs a 4.3. And he was one of the best deep ball catchers in college.
Yeah,
I think he averaged 25.5 yards a reception because he only had 26 receptions, but he had on 26 receptions he had over 600 yards and 6 touchdowns on just 26 catches. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So you go and put that on opposite Jacoby. So you have Bowers, Jacoby, Dante Thornton, Ashton Genty, and Tucker all on the field at the same time. How the fuck are you going to stop that shit? I mean, you got one smaller guy in Tucker that can already run a 4.3. Then you go and get a big body receiver like a 6'4", 6'5" guy that can also run a 4.3 that has good hands. And then you got Bowers, and then you also got Jacoby as well, and then fucking Ashton Genty. How the fuck are you going to stop that shit?
Yeah.
It's facts. I mean,
the combination.
Because any one of those guys can beat most players one-on-one, most of the time, either by speed or by physicality. They're gonna beat most one-on-one matchups, and you can't double team everybody. So
it's just like what John Madden said on Madden NFL 96 on Sega Genesis: speed kills.
Well, not just speed, but you need the hands to go with it. But yeah. Because I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe Don Thornton actually did run a 4.3 when I checked his time, because he's so big. He's like 6. He's almost the size of height-wise the size of a tight end. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's like 214 pounds. Because I was thinking in my head, I mean, if we could get Dante, I would love for Pete Carroll to get Dante Thornton and then build him up for a year and turn him into the next DK Metcalf, because he's got the size, he just doesn't have the muscle yet.
Say Ozzy, you know who said that Bo Jackson ran the 4.3 flat? It was Howie Long. Howie Long said Bo Jackson ran the 4.3 flat.
I can believe that.
Oh yeah. But Genty, boy, woo, when he was in college, he was hell on he was hell on earth, man. Nobody couldn't stop that man. Nobody.
But yeah, I just feel like going back to the main topic though, like having Pete on the team, like having a real head coach, or at least we're finally going to get some stability and some proper foundations in for like schemes and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Not
think
be
the
like
thing that Pete's
coached every time.
I think the thing that Pete's going to offer here in this time, which is something that I've been saying the whole time over the last few days, that, you know, comparing Geno to Carr and the way that Carr had a fucking way lesser line with way lesser quarterbacks and still put up fucking 41,000 fucking yards, dude, with 257 touchdowns, 112 interceptions. Like, Carr was pretty phenomenal with the shit ass fucking team for a long time. And I've said it, it's the defense that is the problem here. It's the defense. It's the continuity, the stability, being able to go the longevity all year long. That's where the main problem is. So to me, this is where I think Pete fixes it. This is where I think Pete builds stability, where he puts out the players and says, okay, this is why we went out and got a Devin White and why we got a Robert Eldon Roberts and picked up these Chin and this, because they're going to be able to hold out the whole season with good production, not fall off. These guys don't fall off. These guys play hard the whole time. They have the snap. They have all the stuff to prove it. So that's what I think. And then he's going to go out here and draft players that are young, that got the energy, that are coming with it. He knows how to work with young players. That's where Pete thrives over anybody. He can
No,
gel.
yeah, definitely. He sure did
Yeah.
have a lot to do with Richard Sherman's development.
Damn right.
Yes, he did.
Everybody, dude. Fucking Richard Sherman,
Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor, fucking Bobby Wagner, fucking Irvin, all these dudes that were over there at the time, dude. Fucking April. I mean, Pete knows how to
Bro,
talk.
literally, exactly. One of the hardest hitting secondaries in history.
Marshawn Lynch, all these people, like, Pete knows how to talk to people. He knows how to talk to them. He knows how to relate with them. And I've always said it. Sometimes you got a coach like John Gruden that's like, you need to fucking just be a hard motherfucker. And then you got a Pete Carroll is like, hey, I want to fucking know who you are. I want to be here, but you're going to fucking play your ass off too. Like, we're here to fucking get played for what we get paid for, you know? Like, that's why I like Pete, because Pete has got really great personality. Pete can really talk to people, and then he demands you to be good. He demands you to be the man that you told him that you would be when he's talking to you. And, you know, that type of heart and the person, like, that's where I think Pete gets it where AP doesn't. AP's a player. I said it the whole entire time. He lacked the experience. He lacked all those types of things. You can have relationships with people, so-called, but that's not what it takes. See, Pete put himself around with young people, old people, people that are going to tell him, like, hey, Pete, we can't do that right here. They're not going to be like, you know, fucking, hey, man, we got fucking, goddamn, what's his name from the Bengals that was here on our team?
Are you talking Marvin Lewis?
Marvin Lewis. They're not going to be like, hey, we got Marvin Lewis standing on the sideline, but he doesn't tell AP to call a fucking timeout and try to go for it right here, or fucking, hey, we got 2 minutes left. Why the fuck is he taking a knee? You know, like shit like
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
That was the craziest shit I ever saw.
This
Yeah, what?
coaching staff, you're going to see, like, they're going to be telling Pete, they're going to be calling Pete saying, hey, throw the fucking flag. That's fucking bullshit. They're fucking looking at way different shit. They're not trying to figure shit out. They're already past the figuring shit out. They're looking at the little things that are going to add up. Throw the flag, challenge it, fucking where it's placing. Like, they're a lot more advanced, so they're going to be able to see things a lot quicker. And not only that, it's going to be the communication between him, his sons, a lot of the people that he's done with, and people on our team that are up and coming, like Rob Leonard and so on, and Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham.
That's another thing.
Sorry, just Quinn or Dan Quinn and fucking Gus Bradley. See, when they were playing with freaking Pete Carroll, they were the ones that got developed behind him at the Legend of Boom, and that's what's going to happen with Patrick Graham. Pete's going to reform his fucking defense, and I guarantee you he'll get him a head coaching job because of the scheme that he's teaching them and fitting them. But I've said it, I don't think it'll be here. I think it'd be a mistake if it was here. Especially if you draft a young quarterback, it should go to Chip Kelly if you're going to try to do that type of deal. But at the end of the day, I think it should be Rob Leonard, because if it's a defensive-minded coach that you're trying to go young, you're trying to give it over, like I would probably go with
the D-line coach.
It'd be a smarter move for me. I think you're getting a young coach, somebody that can carry the team. A lot of people
I think also Leonard might have a similar personality too, from what the reports coming out of the Raiders and stuff, of the kind of personality that Rob Leonard is.
Yeah.
Because the players seem to really get around him and stuff.
I think Pete changes this team a lot more than people think about it. And, at the end of the day, Pete's a really good guy. And there wouldn't be rumors coming out right now that they're looking to trade Aiden O'Connell if it wasn't true. Like, it wouldn't be true. And then that's the other thing that I think about is like, okay, they're putting the rumors out because they're going to try to get a pick somewhere in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. They're like, hey, we got a quarterback that's fucking better than these guys.
Could be part of a package deal too, like moving up.
I mean, you never know. But at the end of the day, they're putting it out there because they're trying to get somebody to bite on it.
Facts. And I think what else they're trying to do is determine Aiden's worth. Figure out his worth. Because
at the end of the day, the minute that you make it known in any rumor and you're not coming out and debunking it, it says Aiden ain't staying here long. Like, I don't give a fuck if they trade this draft or not.
What I think they're doing, and why teams do this, is they do it right before the draft, so that the teams will call them up before the draft, and then they'll listen to offers and stuff, and it will give them a ballpark of where Aiden's value sits at going into the draft. So that when they're on the draft board, let's just say hypothetically, they want to move from the 2nd round, like pick 37, back into the 1st round to grab a Buka or something like that. Say pick 30 or pick 32. A team that needs maybe a backup quarterback, or maybe they have a quarterback competition going on. You can trade pick 37 and Aiden together to move into that spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably could, but both those teams,
or get a pick out of it, depending on which way they want to go with it. But yeah,
well, the Chiefs and the fucking Eagles ain't taking Aiden, so they.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. Probably be more like pick 20 something.
But
I'd have to look at the teams. Really, I'm just saying hypothetically.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what I think they're doing is they're gonna ask people for picks on Aiden, and if they move him during the draft for a later pick, they get it. But if not, it's gonna be because you have fucking post June 1st cuts that gives you free agency in, which will bind trades for then at that point.
Yep.
If you drafted a quarterback, you already know who's on your roster. Then you got UDFAs that are coming in. You can carry 4 quarterbacks on the roster, and then it would make sense that, let's say that you sign Geno, you draft Dart, and you pick up fucking Cam
Tyler
Miller,
Slow, maybe.
Miller.
They had him in for the top 30 visits.
Dakota, outside of the fucking draft. Like, what about that? You got a really damn good quarterback class right there.
Is that the one you said, that Tyler something, I think his name? The one that they brought in for the top 30 visits?
Yeah, fucking, you're talking about what, the kid from Canada?
Yeah, there's maybe it's another one I'm thinking of, because they brought in a couple quarterbacks in the top 30 visits. Like the ones that
They brought in all kinds. They brought in Milrow. They brought in Dart. They brought in frickin' Quentin Ewers. They brought in all kinds so far. I mean,
I meant the later round quarterbacks that they brought in. I think you're right. I think it's the guy from Canada,
from North Dakota, and he'll be a UDFA most likely. So
yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. The one from North Dakota, I think, because they could bring him in to be quarterback 3.
Yeah, I think if you're doing those 3, you're winning. So I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're not looking for your quarterback 3 to fucking go win you games. You know what I mean? Like, you're not
exactly. They're just there for scout team development.
Yeah, I don't think you're trying to do that. Like, I think you want to. Good night, Rudy. Appreciate you, bro. Frickin'.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
I just think at the end of the. And appreciate you, Adam, showing up. Thanks, bro. I think at the end of the day, like I said, Pete Carroll knows what he's looking for. He has a 3-year with a 4-year contract. He didn't come here to fucking lose. He didn't come here to not get something done this time. Like, he didn't come to look like a fool at the end of his career. He has great knowledge. He knows what he's doing. And I believe that if he comes in here, drafts his quarterback, lets him challenge with Geno, and makes Geno better right away, Aiden can make him better right away. I'm not going to argue that. I just don't think you should look for the transition to go from Geno to Aiden. It should be going from Geno to Jackson fucking Dart is basically what it should be doing. Quentin Ewers, I wouldn't lie, if he got to develop for 2-3 years, yes, he would be better than all of them, I think, because I'm not saying Dart.
Another one, what I'm wondering about, I don't know how far he's going to fall, but maybe third or fourth round is fucking Dylan Gabriel. Just that
I would
fucking
think
reminds me a little bit
Gabriel,
of fucking. It
everybody's
reminds me
gonna
a little bit of Russell Wilson, just the size, the way he plays.
they're going to say he's too short. That's why they're not going to try to take Dylan Gabriel. And especially
Yeah,
our line, I don't think it would kind of make sense to take
that's
when you
one thing
can
that
take
concerns me is his height.
Will Howard. You can take a Will Howard that's 6'4",
True.
see right over that shit, no problem. Like, and help fucking throws to Jacoby and Tucker and all of them because he can see over the line. So that's where I think it matters. Like, he's going to make the team better.
Yeah,
So he's going to make the team better. So at the end of the day, for me, like I said, I think if you're not getting Jackson Dart, it needs to be Will Howard. Like, that's what I think it should be. So, you have anything you want to add or what? Oh, Harvey bounced. All right. But either way, fucking, that's what I think it should be. So at the end of that deal, I just think it is what it is. But like I said, I think Pete Carroll helps his team a lot in the defense, structure, stability. I think he's going to be able to get that team together really quick, really fast. He'll not let people start, cramming the ball down their throat. He knows how to stop the run, dude. Like, Pete's never had any problems. He's been to the playoffs 14 years, out of the 16 or 17 that he's been coaching. He's the 16, 17 years he's been coaching. No, I thought you bounced off. Freaking.
Oh no! Somebody had left me a chat in the stream yard, and I was reading it, and they had tipped the screen down, so I'm back.
No, but freaking. I just think when you're looking at, man, now I forgot what I was saying. Fucking Pete.
Pete Carroll. You talking about Pete Carroll?
I was talking about him. But either way, Doc, you have anything you want to add? I'm gonna grab me something to drink. So if you want to talk for a second, I'm gonna grab me something to drink.
Okay.
And talk about Pete Carroll. Talk about what you think about him or how he's gonna help the team.
All right. I think everybody. I think Pete Carroll gonna gonna use his 3 eyes with this team to make this team a winning team again. The 3 eyes are intensity, integrity, intelligence. His championship winning ways, so he can make the Raiders great again. That's my personal opinion.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Yeah.
What do you want to see happen from this team here in this offseason during the draft or free agency?
What I want to see from this team, I want to see a total dominant team. I haven't seen that since I was 9 years old. Super Bowl 18. And that's what I want to see again. That's what I want to see again.
Who would you like to see? Oh, what?
I also wanted to add that I want to see the Raiders go to the playoffs. I haven't seen that in a while. So
If
that's
there
what
was
I'm
a
gonna say.
player or two left in free agency you can sign, who would you want to sign?
Ooh, if it was a player left in free agent, who I wouldn't mind seeing Patrick Surtain on this team. He'll make a good fit for the Raiders with his playing style.
Fuck, he ain't
And
coming around.
you know, they say,
Fuck no.
well,
No,
hey,
why?
it was just an opinion. I didn't say it was gonna happen.
Fuck,
Oh man.
if he can come to the fucking Raiders, dude, yeah, they're not having that shit at all.
Oh yeah, that's right. He a Denver donkey. Now what was I thinking? Shit. Oh man. I don't know too many players that's in free agency that
Dante
I don't know.
Samuel, that's from the Chargers, maybe, that you're
Oh
talking.
yeah, Sante Samuels. That's right. That's right. I wouldn't mind seeing him come over. Yeah, Sante Samuels. Yeah.
So, women can talk for.
If I can
Yeah.
pick, if we can go for two people in free
Mhm.
agency right now that I think can help our team
Right.
instantly, give them a good team. If we draft Gentry, I would
Yeah.
say get Amari Cooper and Hunter Renfro. I would say
Oh
sign.
Yeah, I
yeah. I
wouldn't mind that
forgot
at all.
about Amari Cooper. Yeah. They'll be the
I
second
wouldn't mind
player. Put
Renfro
him back
just
in the black
because
and
I
silver.
feel like Renfro also, like, if Tucker's not panning out, you can put Renfro in the slot. Because, like, Tucker's got potential, but he hasn't really, like, taken off yet. So if you
Yeah,
want
but the
someone that's
question
gonna come in and
is
like
Hunter Winfrey.
teach Tucker a few things,
Y'all think
I
Hunter
put Renfro
Winfrey
in there.
gonna
Renfro can
come back?
definitely teach Tucker a few things in the slot as a slot receiver.
So you think Hunter Winfrey gonna come back? Do you think they're gonna get it?
I
Well,
mean,
currently it's only us and what was the other? There was one other team he went. I think it was the Jets or something, wasn't
Panthers.
it?
He went to the
No, the
Panthers.
Carolina
Oh, Panthers.
Panthers.
That's it. Panthers. Yeah, Panthers. That's it. I knew it was one of the other teams. But yeah,
Yeah,
so it's only us two. So I think it would make more sense for him to come to the Raiders than the Panthers.
yeah, it would. Yeah, Amari
I think
Cooper.
the Raiders right now are in a better spot than the Panthers as far as like coaching
Of
staff and
course,
everything.
of course. It'll be good to see Amari Cooper back
And
in the black
I think
and
we
silver
might
too.
have the better quarterback situation too, because I mean they got fucking Bryce Young, but he's still got to prove his shit. He was pretty shit in year one. He could bounce back in year two, but
Yeah, it'd be good to see Amari Cooper back in the black and silver. You know,
I
had a
wouldn't mind
game.
Cooper back. But just as long
Had a
as
game.
it's not going to be diva about it,
Right.
because he started to become a little bit of a diva when he left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, man. What?
That's why I'd rather have Hunter, just because Hunter's not a diva at all, and I think Hunter
Yeah,
can teach Tucker a few things.
of course. Yeah. Can't beat the
Like,
experience. You know what I'm saying? Can't beat the experience. Yeah. Hell
because
yeah, it'd be good to
I
have.
said this when McDaniels fucked the shit up. I said the reason why Hunter didn't work out is because one, Hunter's a guy that I call him a free runner because Gruden kind of like let him make up his own routes like once
Mm,
the ball was actually snapped. So
that was a
Gruden's game
first.
plan kind of compensated for that. But if you have a coach that wants shit run a certain way, no ifs or
Right.
buts, no adjustments to it, then that's when you get situations like Hunter Renfro running into Devontae Adams and shit.
Okay.
And that's what got him hurt. That's what got him
Yep,
hurt at the end of the day.
Yeah.
facts. Yep.
Renfro needs to be Renfro, and I think if you're looking at our team and we're sitting here about team needs and we're not valuing Bowers as the wide receiver one, then we're just discrediting Bowers. Bowers should be looked at like
Facts.
a Kelsey.
Yeah.
Bowers should be
Yeah,
looked
I've
at
said the whole time he's a Darren Waller but better because
you're looking to win
Oh yeah.
games with Bowers, dude. Like, so that's how you want to view him. And then you're looking at Jacoby Myers. So that's your two right there. He gives
yep,
you wide receiver one vibes, but he's not a wide receiver one, dude. He puts up good numbers. He puts up this, but he doesn't put up production touchdowns as a wide receiver one. Did 1,000 yards? Great, dude. So did Hunter. So did Waller. So did all them. And they didn't turn out being no wide receiver ones or fucking Waller was okay, but again, I've always said he's just too determinable when you don't have everything else going
yeah, that's why I
on.
said Bowers is better because Bowers can actually
You
block.
know, But I like Jacoby, but he's got to be viewed as a 2, man. He can be put in the slot. He can be put in the outside. He can be doing a lot of different things. He can be doing a lot of different things that can help out the team a lot. Then you got Tucker, that's a burner dude that can go. But Tucker is the gamble. He's the one that has been inconsistent, had the surgery. He's supposed to be, he's missed wide open balls.
Exactly.
So if you're looking at to something to say, hey, what's going to free up Jacoby like it did when Devontae Adams was here, fucking throw goddamn Amari Cooper over there. You're not going to be able to sit and say, oh, fuck, you can just leave him wide open. Nuh-uh. Now you got – now it's like I've said, like I think people are looking at our team all wrong. I think they're looking at our team all wrong. They're trying to go after positional needs of players that you can literally get in free agency. Like I said, if you put – Amari Cooper on the team and fucking Hunter, you've solidified a slot receiver and you solidified an outside receiver.
Yeah, outside receiver, yeah.
With Jacoby Myers.
Then the other
off of Jacoby. Then you got your tight end, dude, where Brock is your danger fucking point. Now you have fucking Gentry behind you. Like, you're dangerous. You're a dangerous fucking team right there. Very dangerous team. So to me, I don't think you need to go into the draft and say, "Oh, I need to focus on this fucking wide receiver."
Hell no, I got a receiver in the 4th round, 5th round.
Things you can go lineman earlier, and you can fix your line problem if people think. But we are not getting a center because I don't know where the hell that's even come from. But again, if you're looking at a right tackle, because I've said I think DeMar Glaze would get moved inside to the guard position, and then you'd solidify the right tackle position. That's where I think you would most definitely try to fix your need there, because everybody else would move down. And I believe Kappa will fucking show up and show out this year. And if not, Meredith has been graded very high for us over the last few years every time he's come in and play. And I believe he'll take over that line with fucking Pete Carroll's son, Brendan Carroll, and he'll do just damn fine. So I don't think it'll have any issue. So at the end of the day, like I've said, you can fix this team a lot of ways before you even get to the draft and after you get out of the draft. So I don't think you should panic on certain positions, like right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, personally, if I'm looking at it, I'm going quarterback, running back, linebacker, offensive line in the first 4 rounds, in whichever order.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at, I would love to go
receiver at 5th round, maybe.
I would love to go Gentry if there was a way to get Dart. But if we're saying, like, we want to get a quarterback for the future and everybody knows Dart's a top 10 pick, we'd be foolish not to take him.
Yeah, exactly.
Quarterback
my favorite draft would be like Jackson Dart. Then you go and get Jihad Campbell if he somehow makes it to the 2nd round. Or you trade back into the first maybe with something else to grab like Campbell maybe late in the 1st round, and then you go and get like a running back in the 3rd round, like Henderson, fucking Dylan Sampson, one of those dudes. If they make it that far, I'm pretty sure Dylan Sampson or Judkins or fucking Trayvon Henderson, one of those 3 should be there at the 3rd round.
I think Henderson will be gone in the 2nd round right away.
Yeah, he's probably gone in the 2nd. Judkins will probably be there in the 3rd, or Dylan Sampson.
Be the 3rd halfback off the board, and they'll probably have halfbacks in the 1st. That's going to be Hampton and Ashton.
Genty, yep.
So I think he'll be gone in the 2nd round. I think Judkins going to even be gone in the 2nd.
Yeah, late 2nd, maybe.
For sure. So there's a lot of good halfbacks here. There's 14.
It's also Caleb Johnson.
There's
Ohio.
14 caliber starting
halfbacks.
There's going to be people picking halfbacks for sure in this draft.
Yeah, facts. And then I feel like there's good halfbacks all the way up to round 3. After round 3, it drops off.
What's the guy's name from Iowa?
Caleb Johnson.
He'll be a 4th round pick probably. So
yeah, he could be. I guess it also depends on other teams' needs and positional, like other positions, how they go off the board.
And he's
Caleb Johnson's probably a 3rd round running back, but just because there's so many running backs in the draft this year, he probably could slip to the 4th round.
Yeah, and he's a little bad at.
Yeah, facts. I got him. He's one of the ones I was looking at getting as early as the late 3rd.
But I just think, like I said, I think you can fix this team a lot of ways. You know, you
Oh,
can go
facts. Yeah, so many ways you can go.
do it. Like, do I want Dart? Yes. Like, I want Dart. I believe Dart would be the biggest need to fix the team right
Facts.
now. Like,
But
right now. But
then
if
you
we
get a
were
50-year option too at
like
quarterback.
win right now, I think Gentry helps us win the day we step out on the field, like straight up. And then there's nothing we will not get Dart. Dart will go right off the board. So he'll just be a thought in the deal. So if you pick Gentry, you know you're targeting Will Howard or fucking Quentin Ewers. Like, you know it. You just know it.
Yeah,
Like,
fact. Yeah.
there's no fucking person out there believing that Jalen Milroe is going to be the fucking guy for us, dude, and that we're going to go
If we
down.
pick Jalen Milroe as our quarterback in round 3 or
It's
whatever
not
fucking round it
happening.
is, so I'm gonna be pissed.
It is not happening. Fucking
If we
just
pick
like
Milroe over like Ewers or fucking Will Howard, I'm gonna be so pissed, man.
John Gruden said, man, when he interviewed all of them, he said, oh fuck, why am I blanking it now? He said Will Howard. He said Will Howard's a Josh Allen 2.0. He was like, I
Yep.
don't understand why he's not fucking in the first round. He's like, he won a fucking championship with Ohio. He's like, he fucking can run, dude. He has like 27 rushing touchdowns or something. He's got passing yards, everything. The guy's got it, all the traits. He's like, he can run through a guy. He's strong. He's quick. And he was just like, what do you got to fucking do to get in the first round, dude? He was like, I'm not understanding this. And even when he went through all the stuff and like the way he commands the team, the way he comes out there, calls all his shit, gets at people, like he was actually one of the most fluent people out of all of the quarterbacks that were there between Quentin Ewers, Jackson Dart. I don't think Shadir was on that channel actually. So, but out of all the quarterbacks that he interviewed in that deal, oh yeah, it was the kid from Notre Dame, and then somebody else. But long story short, he said Will Howard commands all the stuff. He's like, he has it all. He's like, I don't understand why he's not a first round pick. He's like, he has all the traits. He knows how to get the control of the people. He knows how to break a protection. He knows, like, if we call this play, he knows how to counter out of the play. Like they said, Will Howard was very developed in that shit. And not only that, the way that he came out onto the field and took instant control of the whole entire team that he's never been on before and commanded them just fine right down the fucking field, and play calling when John Gruden's sitting in the middle of the field and tells them, all right, we're switching to this in the middle, right before they're about to hike it. He's like, oh, we're switching to this. And then he's got to be like, all right, fucking breaks it down, fucking gets him. And then he gets his route. Like, he's very smart, dude. And I've said
And
it.
that's something that Brady's most definitely going to look at.
I mean, if the thing people got to look at is if Geno gets hurt, what quarterback do you think is going to help you win right here, right now? If you're going into the playoffs, dude, and you're fucking say 10-7 or 11-6, pushing a playoff run, you get your quarterback injured. Who's going to help you win right now? It's going to be freaking Will Howard. He's going to come in there. He's going to fucking know Chip Kelly's system. He's going to know how to take lead of the team. So I think it's Jackson Dart if you don't, Gentry, and Will Howard if you're going after quarterback. I think it's got to be Will Howard if you're going after quarterback. I just think you can't pass up on the height, the build, the familiarity, championship.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're familiar with Chip Kelly, yeah.
It would just be foolish. I mean, I think you're looking when you're interviewing everybody, you want to do your due diligence because you want to make sure, like, okay, are any of these quarterbacks better than him? Like, that's what you really want to do. So I think out of all the people that John Gruden interviewed, you can go back and watch the tape. It was Will Howard had the most energy. He had the most control. Like, he actually surprised me a lot. So, I mean, I think he'll most definitely.
The fact that Will Howard's falling down the dartboard tells me that the Raiders are more likely to take Gentry because they know that Will Howard's going to be there in the later round.
I mean, I think so too. It's a very true statement.
Because if you can solidify 2 spots on, because that's our weakest point last year was offense. So if you can solidify 2 spots on offense within your first 4 picks, then that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you guys have anything else you want to talk about, or anything else you got on your mind?
Yeah, the only other thing I'll just talk about briefly is I just like the fact that they brought in that late round linebacker, possible UDFA, depending how the draft goes. But I can see him going anywhere from the 4th to 6th round, or possibly even going undrafted. This all depends on so many variables. But it's that guy out of California, that Teddy Buchanan. I think that's him. He came in for like a private workout and the top 30, I believe. And I came in for the private workout. So that's a guy I could definitely see them like bringing in and developing. But I think he can be a special teamer from day one. But then he can also develop into a nice linebacker for us. Because that dude can tackle. Like if you look at his stuff from UC Davis, and then you go look at his 1 year that he spent last year at the Golden Bears, man, that dude is a tackling machine. And I just think that's someone you could easily be at least a 2-down linebacker at the very least. And he was decent in coverage too. He had like 8 interceptions at UC Davis. So that's someone I could see them bringing in for like a developmental purposes, just to add to our linebacking core, like just to add behind guys like Wyatt and Roberts and Amari and all them. I think he's a guy that can compete with Amari probably from day one. So, yeah, that's just a guy I'm keeping an eye on in the draft, whether we get him like in the later rounds or whether we get him as a UDFA after the draft. Just a guy I've been watching for a while. I mean, I mocked him to us in the 6th round, but I think he could go as early as the 4th. It just depends how many linebackers come off the board. If it's a very late 4th, that would be the earliest I can see him going, but it's more likely later rounds, somewhere between 5 to 7.
Well, my last thing I want to add before I go, I think Pete Carroll is a good coach. He always uses 3 I's: intensity, integrity, intelligence. You know, he's a championship coach, a Super Bowl coach, a Super Bowl winning coach. And I really think he's going to turn the Raiders around.
Facts.
And I hope that the Raiders get the players that they really need at the NFL draft, because y'all know in the past NFL drafts that they haven't done that over the years. So I really
Facts.
do hope they get the players that they really need to fill positions that they need players on. So
Yeah,
that's
piggybacking
my
off that.
last.
Oh,
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so that's the last thing I want to say. I want to say to y'all that I really enjoyed this. Dustin, thank you very much for allowing me the pleasure to
Oh yeah.
express my opinion about this, and and I really feel honored. And you always tell the truth, and like I told you today, people don't like you because you're brutally honest, and the truth tastes good when it's a belly full of lies. And like I said to you, as a Raider, thanks for being a faithful a member of Raider Nation, or as I call it, like the NWO, I call it the Raider Royal Order. I've been a member of this Raiders since they was the LA Raiders since 1988, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm Raiders for life. So I
Yeah.
just want to add that. And y'all take it easy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just
I'm
got
out.
that right. I don't know who that is, a retard down there. Thanks for fucking helping the algorithm, dipshit. Anyway, well, some people fucking got too much time on their hands. But anyway, the other one thing I was going to add with what Harvey was saying about the draft is I'm glad we got John Swiatek too, because I feel like we're going to have a killer draft this year. With Swiatek taking the picks, man. I mean, what was it, 40-something players that they drafted on the Bucks team that went to the Super Bowl or some shit? And like 30 or 40 of them were drafted players.
Yep. I think at the end of the day, man, it's about who you see and your vision when you're picking players, how much you know about them, how much you've interviewed them, how much you've been able to scout them to say, hey, if this guy's in this pressure or this type of stuff. I mean, there's a lot that's go into it, but I believe between Spytech, man, hitting on halfbacks and certain players the whole entire time, they have a tremendous list. And, you know, going down, like, I think, like, we're going to be in some good shape. I mean, Pete Carroll knows this shit. We have a good scouting class already. I think we'll be okay. I think we're going to be okay in this draft. Like, and where people
Yeah.
are like, to trade down, pick up more draft picks. We got 9 picks. Like, you can only pay so many players.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to trade down. It's more about trading up at this point.
You only put so much money away for fucking rookie contracts. Like, and you do that right before you start all your stuff. Can you pull a little bit more when we have 31 million? Yeah, like there, you can probably do it for sure. 33 million, I think. But either way, like, you can do it for sure. But I don't think at the end of the day that's what you want to do. You put the money aside. You know what types of players you're looking. How many? Can you pick up a lot? Like, can you grab 10 of them, 12 of them? Yeah, but they're not going to get paid.
Yeah, there's no point.
See who they are, and then they'll cut them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's better to have 5 or 6 good players than 12 average players.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's for drafting. And it's better. Like, I can see us trading up. That's why I see us more trading up this year. Like, from pick 37 back into the first, or maybe from round 3 back into round 2 if someone falls. You know what I mean? Like, I see more of that happening than trading down this year. We could still trade down here and there, depending if the player's not there at our pick or whatever. Maybe accumulate picks for next year is a possibility, but we definitely don't need any more picks for this year.
Yeah, I would say if you're trading, you trade up and you use some of them picks that you got from comp picks and so on.
From the comp picks, yeah.
And
exactly.
go up and go get somebody that's going to matter. Not
Facts.
Go down. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to.
I could actually see it's the most highest probability.
You would want to trade next year's pick if you're doing something like that, but
yeah,
I think it's still too risky doing that. Just pick your picks or jump forward. Jump forward.
Exactly.
Your player don't try to go backwards. Like, if you ended up from 9 picks to, let's say, 5 picks, like 9 picks to 6 picks, and you ended up with some really good starter type players, like, fuck, we win, because let's be real. How many guys do you get every single year that don't end up fucking playing and sit back there and never did shit with them anyway? So for me, I would probably try to pick up the better players that you think are going to have a chance to start, now.
That's facts. And then the other thing is, I could see us definitely trading back into the second. If, say, like, we go quarterback Jackson Dart, then we go and get, maybe an offensive lineman or something, or maybe a linebacker in the second. Then we trade back in for the running back again, because, like, Henderson or whatever. Like, getting two second round picks instead of trading our third and whatever at one of our compensatory picks or something.
If I'm going to be honest, the pick that I see that we can trade back in, because I don't think it would be for Dart, because I think Dart will be too high. It costs too much to probably.
No, same with draft Dart, yeah. If we drafted Dart, also.
What I would say is like, let's say the dude from Ohio State, the wide receiver.
Emeka Mbuka. Yeah, I can definitely see us trading back into the first for him. Maybe in like the late 20s.
Let's say he's like 26, 28.
Yeah.
That the Chiefs are, like, again, looking for another guy. And what if they were like, fuck that, we need a fucking receiver too? What if they were to say, hey, we'll jump up there, take him? That's familiarity with Chip Kelly. Other player that can come in and be plug and play type guy. And long story short, what if they were to hop up in there to about that 26, 28 and grab him? Like, what if they did that?
Yeah, I mean, or even 25 with Houston, because Houston's got a pretty good squad already, so they could probably trade down. They're another team that doesn't need a lot. Like, they got their quarterback for the future. They got a lot of good pieces, and they're sitting at pick 25. So yeah, I could definitely see that. Somewhere between that 25 to 30 range.
Yeah, facts.
Because, Emeka Mbuka is a guy I like a lot, man. I just like the way he plays. He's got good physicality, good catch point.
He plays good, and you put him with Jacoby and Bowers and Genty. Fuck.
Yeah, that is fuck. Yeah, good luck with that shit.
Good fucking luck.
Yeah, because I feel like Emeka could be the perfect complementary piece to Jacoby. Because you are right, Jacoby's not a true 1. I call him like a 1B or whatever. It's not like a 1A. Because I just kind of look at Jacoby as the fact that he's had pretty shit quarterbacks. I mean, he got stuck with, because I think he only had Brady in his rookie year, and then he had fucking Mac Jones. And then he went from Mac Jones to fucking, like, who else? Like, all the fucking shit quarterbacks on our team after we got rid of Carr. Like, Jimmy G, fucking Minshew. Outside of Mac Jones, the only other good quarterback Jacoby's had was Aiden O'Connell. So that's why I'm curious to see what Jacoby can do with a decent quarterback.
Facts.
But yeah.
Well,
So I'd say he's either a top end wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1B.
I think the draft's getting close, dude. It's we can talk more about it next week. We'll do some mock drafts. Frickin' go from there. It's getting late. I got to get up hell early and go get a swing set for my kids. But long story short, we can frickin' have more about it next week.
Sounds good, bro.
Appreciate you popping up, dude. We'll probably do another one maybe Tuesday or next Saturday, and then we'll go from there. But if you want to give, tell people follow wherever.
Oh yeah, yeah. So check out my channel on LVR Live. Once I get more time from uni and stuff, I'll start doing lives again. Just haven't had that much time lately. And then I also got it. Most of the time lately, I've just been doing Instagram. That's LVR Live at IG.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate everything, man. We'll be back up on here in the next few days. Appreciate all you guys. And then, like I said, we'll do some mock drafts. We'll talk some more football, see where our team's at by then. So outside of that, really do appreciate you guys. And we'll see you later.
Yeah, everybody. Hey, bro.
Bye, man.